Hey Azure Data Factory fans, let's talk today about the cache lookup inside of Data Factory's data flows. So data flows today has a lookup transformation, and you will find that under the top category of multiple inputs and outputs. So before I do that, let me quickly show you the organization of this tiny little data flow that I have on my design canvas already. The top line is going to represent new employee data I have coming in for my ETL, and this will be a file of new employee data. The next two rows, these two data streams, are meant to represent lookups. The first lookup is going to be the max value of the surrogate key from the target dimension table I'm going to write to in the top. So first, before I start incrementing surrogate keys, I'm going to go and get the max value that already exists in that database table. I do that by setting a source option query. So I'm going to push down this query into that target database. Now I'm going to say, give me the max surrogate key, call it max ID from the dim employee table. Alright, so the projection for that is going to be just a single max ID that is a string. Let's go ahead and take a look at that value. Now, what's going to be wrong about that is I don't want it to be a string, so what I suggest you do is when you curate your data for lookup, take all of that time and effort to do that here in the lookup stream, because now with a cache lookup, you'll be able to reuse that over and over again. In fact, even with a normal lookup in Data Factory, you're going to want to do that, because that way you're always accessing the value in the format and curated the way you want it to. So to change this over to an integer, so I can do my lookup on it, I'm going to just click on it and then click typecast to integer. Just kind of using the shortcut that's available to you in the data preview as a nice little helper mechanism there. Okay, so that looks better. I can click confirm, and then Data Factory will add that for me. So now when I look up the max ID, let me actually call this something so that makes more sense. I'll say max ID integer. Now that looks better. I know that I can use that transformation for my lookup point on the right hand side. So what I mean by that is when you do your lookup, you would say lookup, and then lookup stream would be the right hand side, which would be the max ID integer. Now within the lookup, what a lookup transformation essentially does, in all intents and purposes, is a left outer join in Data Factory. And so it will by default pick just one row, either any row, or I can say give me the first or last row, in which case I need to set the sorting. I need to tell Data Factory how I want to sort that data. Or you can just say match multiple rows and give me all the rows that come back from that join and that lookup. So that's how lookup works, but now we have the ability to do a cached lookup. What a cached lookup will do, we'll be able to store this data that you can access the lookup values in expressions throughout your data flow within this stream at the top here in this case. Because with a lookup transformation, what I would normally do is I would probably go from here and then do some derived columns based on some of the values that came back. Maybe I'll then do my surrogate key, and then if I wanted to look up other values, I'd have to do another lookup. Even the same values, again, I'd have to do another lookup again. What we'll let you do now with the cache lookup, let me select these and delete them. This out of here, is now I can do a cached lookup. And the way to do that, the way to signify that this lookup stream is going to be cached, go ahead and add a sync. And on that sync, you're going to see an option here under sync type called cache. That will tell Data Factory to store that output value, those looked up values, into a cache. All right. First thing you do is you go to your settings and you set a key column. Now in this case, I don't need a key column because all I'm doing is pulling back the max value of that surrogate key across the entire data in that database table. If you want to do a point lookup, do some kind of a reference lookup, then you would need a key. So I'm not even going to set a key here. The mapping is just like you would have in other syncs in Data Factory's data flows, and I have just the max ID, and that's actually all I need, so that's perfectly fine. And now it's an integer too, so I'm in good shape. Now what you do instead of a lookup is, let's first do the surrogate key, because that's the reason why we're doing this lookup, is to get the surrogate key value. So let's go ahead and use surrogate key transformation. I'll call my column as skey. Not really original, but that's fine. Now I need to use the data that was read from the database table as the seed value for that surrogate key. All right. So let's add a derived column. We'll call this as seed surrogate key. And what we want to do is take the surrogate key value coming out of the incrementer, and let's add to it the max value coming from the database table. Now, before I do this, I'm going to just come out of here for a second and show you one thing. When you are syncing to caches, you should give them very descriptive names, not like I did. I left it a sync one, which was a mistake. We actually want to call this something like cached max ID, because what's going to happen now is you need to access that sync, and you'll see that in the expression builder under the new category called cached lookup. So my sync that's been cached has a name of cached max ID, so that makes a lot of sense to me. I know what I'm referencing. So the syntax for cached lookups is the name of the sync pound either outputs or lookup. Lookup will do a point reference lookup based on key values. Outputs is what I'm going to use in this case because I just want the full matrix of outputs. There's no key column because it's just the values coming out as an aggregate across the entire database table. Alright, now outputs is going to give you a matrix of all the rows and columns. So what you want to do is in this case, because I just want the max ID, I'm just going to say give me row 1 and give me that max ID column that's coming out of that output from that sync. Okay? Yeah, just make sure it says outputs. There we go. That's great. So now what we're going to do is, now that we have that seeded value, let's just add the incoming incremented surrogate key to it. And because I already converted that to an integer, we should be in good shape. Now if we refresh, you will see that the seed plus the incrementer from surrogate key will give you now unique values, incrementing manner, that you can then use for your unique surrogate keys in ETL with Dataflow. All right, there's a surrogate key value, and then there is the value that will be written to the database table. So that's using the outputs capability. Now let's look if you want to do what it would look like if you want to do a point reference lookup. So in that case, my employee file has a field called region, which is actually just a region code. So I have this lookup at the bottom that takes those region codes and maps them to region names. So I want the region name to come out. Let's go ahead and let's sync that to a cache. Sync type cache. Now I do need a key because I need to look up the region code. All right, in the mapping, all I need is the region code and the region name to come out of here. So I'm going to get rid of everything else except the region code and region name. That looks just fine. Now let me again give this sync a meaningful name. We will call this cached regions. Now let's add another derived column. So you don't do a lookup, by the way, don't use the lookup transformation for cache lookups. Just go ahead and use it directly inside of your expressions. So in this case now I'm going to say I'm going to convert region. But instead of changing the existing region code column in my incoming data, I'm just going to add a new column. Let's call this resolved region. Now in the expression builder, let's use that cache lookup. Now we see another cache lookup called cached region, so it's obvious which one to use. This is going to be a reference lookup, so I'll use the lookup function, lookup transformation, the lookup function. Inside of the parentheses, you're going to need to send it a parameter, which is going to be the key that'll match your key column, or key columns if you have a composite key. So in my input schema, I have region code right there called as region. So you see what Data Factory did was it matched up the region code to the lookup, the cached lookup. Now it's giving you both the region code and the region name because this is going to be a matrix or an array of the returned values from your mapping. So in this case, really, I don't really want the code anymore. I just want the region name. So let me just add up here the syntax of dot region name. From the cache sync, refresh this, and now it should look clean, just the way we would want just the resolved region to be. And there you go. So that's how you use cached lookups within Data Factory's data flows. Thanks for watching.